We are live now, live from Tyler Perry Studios with Megan and Harry. We are. We are live.
Oh man, this is so much going on right now.
Welcome to this Married at First Sight review show. We are reviewing episode 9 today, the episode that just aired a few minutes ago. This is not our normal day. For anybody that joins, it's not our normal day. This is a surprise. Not a surprise if you was here last time, but this is a surprise. We're here today. Yes. Can't be here later this week.
For those who don't know, Ernest has to get his vaccine tomorrow. So we had to push up our normal Thursday 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time up till Wednesday. He's sound asleep. He got his medicine, got his food.
Oh my God! That's how we're starting this early. This early.
I think the people deserve to know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
They need the backstory. So Ernest is fine. He gets his first shot this week. He gets the second shot around season finale.
Make sure y'all say hello and like this live. Okay, so we in here. We gonna let some people join. Hey Danielle.
What up, cousin? What up, cuz? See my cousins in the building.
So glad y'all are here.
I don't know why people say in the building. We haven't been in the building yet.
Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah.
Last week we found out that Kasaun has never had plantain.
That's a fact.
That came about because Brianda had made tacos for her husband and his family. Somewhere in there, we found out Kasaun never had plantain. And so we said this week we were going to watch Kasaun try plantain live. So while we give a couple minutes for people to come in, we're going to let Kasaun show us what he got. Okay.
Now, what? Now, is this a good quality of?
That's ripe plantain. It's probably really sweet. That looks like maduros.
Okay.
My plantain was much less ripe. I fried some right at the end of the show. My plantain is much less ripe, and so I sliced mine thinner.
So what you're saying is I got better expired bananas.
Don't disrespect it.
I'm asking a question for clarity's sake.
One, it's not a banana, but the ripeness of the plantain does determine its sweetness, and they're different. I'm trying to tell you they're different.
So yours is more ripe than mine.
Yours is more ripe than mine.
All right.
Mine is not going to be that sweet. Mine's not going to be that sweet.
So what I didn't know, Tasha didn't even reveal that she was Hispanic until last week.
No, I didn't. I've been saying it from just like episode 1.
Not like that.
Exactly. Wow. I told y'all I like my plantain light skin. I told y'all I like light skin plantain.
For those who are new to the show, we canceled Tasha last week because she is exhibiting colorism with expired bananas.
I like my plantain light skin. My mom like her plantain dark skin. My mom like dark skin plantain. I like light skin plantain. Kasaun, please. You didn't hear the exactly.
I just thought she was joking. I didn't know it was authentic. People take classes in college. I don't know.
Yes, I'm half Panamanian and really half
slimy.
Jamaican.
It's like a tongue. All right.
Well, it's probably the sweating in there. You got it from somewhere. You had to bring it all the way home and stuff.
Wait. All right. Can I have some context? Do y'all just eat this like is it like a snack?
It can be so plantain can be made in a variety of ways. Sometimes I just fry one plantain for dinner sometimes and just have that.
One plantain for dinner? You just eat?
Mm-hmm. This is one plantain. This is what I'm eating tonight.
That's a whole dinner?
It can be if you want. My mom likes to fry plantain. She might fry an egg next to it, and she have a plantain and a fried egg. You can make patacones. You can make mofongo. You can boil it. You can bake it. You can do all types of stuff with plantain.
I need that.
Jamal, that's what I'm trying to say.
I didn't understand a word you just said. I need one of them charts that Vincent had above that board. Because you just said a
Try
lot of syllables.
it.
All right. Goodness. This is for all the dead homies. All right.
You gonna tell people where you got this from? So the one that you got, they cut them very thick and they're very ripe. So it's gonna be like really soft, but they're very sweet, right?
They don't taste expired.
Right. They're not expired. They're very sweet, right? Tell us what you're not saying anything. Tell us something. Give us something. How does it taste? How does it feel?
When Black people eat, we don't talk. We experience.
No. You need to explain to the people. All of our cousins are trying to figure out what's going on.
It's different.
Okay.
It's the consistency is different.
Thank you. Mine tastes completely different from yours.
Why?
Just because I can see the way yours plantain was way more ripe and it's cut way thicker. My plantain is not that ripe yet. Mine is in between, like it's not as sweet. You still haven't said, is it sweet or not?
It's sweet.
Yeah, mine is not as sweet. I put salt on mine and mine needs a little bit of salt. Yours wouldn't need salt at all.
Because yours has no melanin. Racist. It's good. It's just different. Thank you, Reese. They want you to taste it on the first watch. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If y'all cooking out there and you cook a big meal and everybody is having a great conversation, you suck as a cook. If you cook when black people are enjoying the meal, at the most, if music's playing, they might dance, but there ain't nobody talking. If I have a deep existential conversation with your food ain't good.
That's true too, Danielle.
All right.
I mean, you can have lots of with it, but
I went to this spot in Downey called Tropicana Bakery. And it's this Cuban spot. And I went to the cashier, this guy, he was ringing me up. And I was like, hey, Vincent. And
you're racist.
I was supposed to go home and watch you. But it's a different taste.
And I think it's also much different because you say you're not very adventurous when it comes to food.
No, not at all. I stick to soul food and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I've been eating this since I was like 3 months old. So this is like nothing to me. Not nothing, but it's like very, very common.
So y'all just eat eggs and bananas and rice?
Not a banana. Stop disrespecting it.
I mean, no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect your culture. I'm just saying.
We be having plantain with every meal. And on my mom's side for sure. Plantain like almost every night for dinner.
So are you saying, all right, so let me ask you a question. Are you saying, because I just want to understand, are you saying that you treat plantains like we treat biscuits? Like, is that like cornbread for y'all?
Yes. We also will have cornbread. But plantain is there as well. Yes.
It just wait, hold on. How do I get canceled? She says she don't like light skin.
I love light skin plantain.
She like dark skin.
All right.
Oh, for those who just came in, welcome. It's Wednesday. Usually we be on Thursday, but Ernest has his vaccine shot tomorrow. So we had to push it up to Wednesday. So that's why we're here.
Somebody get your cousin. All right, we 10 minutes in, so we gonna go ahead and we gonna get into it. I think I want to start with Claire and Ryan. I just be having the least to say about them. It seems like they're first all the time. I just don't have much to say about them. They're actually starting to annoy me. And I was a huge Clara and Ryan. That's funny. Yeah, they yes.
Really?
Yes. That's a great description. Clara and Ryan, if you've been watching, I have from day one, I said Clara and Ryan are gonna make it. I still believe they'll make it. They're just annoying now. Like, and I can't really articulate why. Like, I think because, first of all, they're only 3 weeks into this marriage. And Clara is so sexually frustrated for 3 weeks that everything isn't like, she gets mad about everything. Like, exactly, super irky. I ain't gonna say all that. It's like, did you think about where I'm gonna put my crafting stuff? And he's like, yeah, I did. I'm gonna put it in the garage. And then she got an attitude about it. She's like, I'm so happy that he's thinking about where my stuff can go, but why would you put it in the garage? I don't feel like you're committed. What?
Because we have a 2-bedroom house.
But why would you think that him wanting to put the crafting supplies in the garage means that he's not committed to the marriage? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? First of all, you're gone every week. That stuff needs to go in the garage. You pull it out when you're ready to use it. Like, what are you? She's just annoying me now.
It was a lot of friction this episode, wasn't it?
Yes. And then also, Ryan is definitely on his way to being a pastor. He is definitely on his way to being a pastor. And Clara has already told him that she don't want to go to church. So she's like, I'm not here for all the motivational talk. I just want to eat donuts.
Well, here's the deal. Here's what I think happened at that dinner. Man, my mouth tastes like the Caribbean. All right. Feels so fresh. All right. My mouth is ripe. All right. Well, here's the deal. That dinner was weird because it was a nice gesture on his part, but it seems like she falls really hard and really fast. And what happens with people who fall really hard and really fast is that their feelings are invested. And if they feel like they're not sure if the other person's invested, they're always looking for signs that the person's either in or not in. So
I feel like he's literally showing her that he's in.
Yeah, but for somebody who's always looking for signs, it's never gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like even the fact of like, hey, yeah, I've thought about it and I've decided that I'm gonna put the paint stuff in the garage. I mean, in reality, is that really that big of a deal? No. But what it signifies to somebody is I'm being put in the garage. And
I don't know why that was funny to me.
I mean, it sounds silly, but we all do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when he went to the dinner, was she the one that was like, I just want to be heard? No. But
she said that in the bed.
Yeah, like she just wants to be heard. She wants to feel taken care of. She wants to feel cared for. Like she wants to feel loved. So when he brought her for the donut thing, it felt like, all right, he always eats healthy. He always does all of this like fitness stuff. He always eating vegetables. He's like freebasing broccoli into his veins. And that's fine. So when It was really nasty. It felt kind of nasty, like it could have really gone left. But at the core of it, I think what she was trying to say, what she wanted to say was, it feels like you were doing this for me, and then it feel like you were making this about you. What she said was, I didn't know I was going to be here for a motivational speech. It feels like, why don't you come here and get some free donuts and hear this motivational speech? But what she wanted to say was like, hey, let's just enjoy this moment and not make it deeper than what it needs to be. Because
some people love to have, but deep conversations for some people is enjoyment.
Right.
Some people love that. They get together and they're like, tell me about your feelings. Have you ever thought about this? And some people are just like, I came to my friends to have a break.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this isn't the first time she made a big deal about the house. Because remember, she mentioned one time, it was really brief, but she was like, yeah, I want to feel like it's our house, not like me moving in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're not having sex. So it's kind of like, I think she's just looking for signs. And
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that would help her be like, okay, we're not going to do it for the next 6 weeks, period.
First of all, you've been deprived for 3 weeks. It ain't been like no 8 months or nothing crazy. Yeah. You met this man 3 weeks ago, and 3 weeks later, you're like, you are depriving me.
She probably feels unattractive too. She just don't want to say it.
I mean, my man was really trying to like, yo, hey, at the table, he said, so do you feel like you have a purpose in life? She was like, nope. Donut.
Never thought about it.
Nope. How about this bacon donut? Like she was trying to get to the donut. She ain't care nothing about that conversation.
Yeah, no.
But I think he has to understand that for somebody who moves fast, she needs more, probably patience. More patience and affirmation than what he's used to.
Anything else? Because I'm about ready to go. All right. Anybody in the comments? I can finish this last plantain. I got something to say about them. Danielle, Jamal. They need each other. She falls fast and he falls slow. Have to recognize that. I feel like he recognizes that. She just doesn't. She won't let it penetrate her psyche.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be all right.
All right. So let's go to.
I mean, ain't really nowhere good to go from here.
I love Jen and Eric. No.
Captain Karen.
Yeah, let's go there.
The nerve.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna eat my plantain.
Okay, I got it. First of all, I just want to say the nerve of you, sir. This man was flying. He was all flying through Spirit Airlines, taking all the people to all the secondary cities, and text her one time. Now, mind you, when she left for a funeral, he bought her a pager, a two-way, a Nextel chirp phone. Y'all remember the Nextel chirp phone?
Yes.
Oh, I hated everybody at my school who had that chirp because I didn't have it and it felt like poverty. But all of that trash he was talking about, you're married now, you got to communicate. And she called. She said, "Well, I thought this is women so good at that, man. Y'all so good.
Y'all do it too.
Y'all do it too. Not like that. Not like that.
I got a friend who do all the time.
I find it wow. For somebody who is talking about communication, I would have expected it in return." I said,
Paige, what's going on? Look at you up in here. You watch this show or no?
What up, cuz?
You know Paige, right?
Sure.
Paige, okay.
Yeah.
Photographer?
Oh, yes. What up, Paige?
So yeah, Minister, I'm like, why you got her begging for attention? I'm like, he probably wanted her to miss him or something. But then he's like, that's just how my job is. Okay, so why is he pressing me?
Listen, if Eric could have got married at first sight to a plane, yo, that man said, And that man said, "Hey, just so you know, my schedule's not changing. So,
That's what I'm trying.
yo, he
Okay.
is not bending on anything."
So the thing about Eric that one of the things, excuse me, that I don't like about Eric is that he is a manipulator in the way that he keeps trying to control the conversations or like lead the conversations. So like, they'll be talking about something and he's like, before she can get her actual real feelings out about it, he's like, yeah, you liked that, right? You said that you liked it, remember? And like he just over talks the rest of the time, and then she just stands there and just like, yeah, I guess. And he's just like, yeah, because you said that. So you liked it, right? And I don't like that.
Yo, the crazy thing is his self-awareness is on like a 4. Because every time he kept doing that, she was sitting there like, I'm like, how do you not see this?
He does it. She does it every time. And he does it every time.
He was like, look, you were so comfortable with me while I was being away, right? She was like,
right.
Like, do you not just look on her face? It's so
why
obvious.
don't you ask her how she felt about it? He never actually asked her how he says, how'd you feel about it? You liked it, right? Yeah, because when we let me answer the question. I don't like that.
If you tell somebody like, hey, this is how you feel, and they look at you like this, they probably don't feel that way.
Why are you trying to tell me? Yeah, I don't like that.
Tell me what you want.
He won't even let her.
Oh,
every single time. And then, they get to, so that was that putt golf or whatever, the shooting, the golf range. What do you call it? The range.
No, keep going.
It's called the range, right?
Sure.
Right. The driving range. Ha! The driving range.
The putt golf net.
No.
Tiger Woods court, the field with the football court, the baseball diamond.
So that happened there. Then they get to the house. Everybody they're answering the love questions on the blue paper. And well, then people's bodies be fluctuating. She drinks a lot of beer, so who knows? So they're answering the questions about love and stuff.
That baby will come out drunk.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
The views and opinions. Okay, so y'all clap for me. Okay. So they answer the love questions, and he tells her he stopped being with people because his relationship never compared to his last marriage. I was like, why would you say that to her? Why would you compare your new relationships to a failed one? I'm sorry. How does that work?
That statement was so out of line. She put her drink down. She was like, wait, I need to get sober for this. What'd you say?
Like, I'm sorry. So you're trying to tell me that if what we had doesn't compare to your failed marriage, you're not going to want it? And he was confused at why she was so stressed. After he said that, she's literally like, it makes me super anxious. And he's like, yeah, no, it's fine. No, you don't really feel that way.
Yeah. Every single person I date, I compare to the purity of the love I had with my ex-wife. So how about you? It's like, what? I don't know if that's...
What are you talking about? He just be saying the worst things. And it's crazy because in that conversation, they just kept going back and forth. And I feel like they were saying the same thing, but it was so confusing. And I was like, what is this conversation? And why is it going back and forth for so long?
So let me tell you why the conversation was messed up. Because at first he said that it was just somebody that he was with. It wasn't real. Like he gave the impression like the marriage wasn't... Okay, there we go, Reese. He gave the impression like this marriage wasn't even real. And And now she's brown sugar.
Now it's the pole that you hold everything else up against to say what's good or not.
Not brown sugar. She's confectionery sugar. She's she's not brown sugar. She's confectionery sugar. But yeah, that was strange. You know the thing about Eric that I don't get. In his head, he's an expert on love and marriage. Like he just really
expert.
He knows it all, and clearly does not see that it is weighing on Virginia. He does not, like, he literally doesn't see. And his friend tried to tell him, like, yo, bro, don't act like you know everything. Just chill out, learn her. And he's like, this is what marriage is. This is what marriage needs to be. And she's over.
But he doesn't think he's acting. He genuinely feels like he is an expert at relationships.
He knows
genuinely.
He could be an expert on a show tomorrow.
And he's so far
in his head.
But after that, you know, he planned a little date for them at his house. I didn't know this is the first thing I feel like people were allowed to go back and forth to their houses. Like they did a lot of that this episode. You're supposed to be at the apartment. That's where we filming at. That's where we set up at. That's where we filming at. Why y'all going back and forth?
Listen, Lifetime had to raise their budget to follow Chris and Paige around. So they was like, we'll beat y'all. We got to follow them all around town. We'll just text us where y'all at.
Right.
Send us y'all address wherever y'all staying. We'll just come to y'all. We ain't got time for all this.
Right.
Yeah,
but they had the dinner. He cooked for her, blah, blah, blah. They said, I love you.
No, that's not true. She said, I love you.
He said, I love you first.
Okay.
He said, I love you. And then she kissed him and then said, I love you too.
But boy, didn't he look like a hostage? He was reading a hostage note when he read that.
I mean, I feel like men always get nervous if they're like to say that the first time. No, I'm not a man. You tell me.
I mean, did Ernest say it first? I sure do love you, Junebug. Anyway, let's see. No, I don't know if I was nervous to say it. Because it's a certain amount of vulnerability, and not that it's not vulnerability on both sides. But
why were you nervous? Were you nervous that she didn't feel that way yet, or were you like, what was nervous? What made you nervous about it?
No, I wasn't nervous. Here's the thing. It's what I tell people. The two things in life you do not take a gamble on is I love you and proposals. If you're not sure if they're going to say yes or no, don't do it. One of my favorite things to do is to go on YouTube and watch them failed proposals.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. I used to do that all throughout college.
Oh man,
a great time.
Ernest. They be bringing the mariachi bands. They be going all out. And she be like, no. The best one is, did you see the one at the basketball game where he proposed at halftime and she said no and ran all the way across the court? And the only way for him to go out was to go out the way he came. So like 20,000 people just like, no, it wasn't halftime. It was the third quarter going into the fourth quarter. So all the players are on the court. So you can see like players behind him, like a loser. But it's, I guess for me, it's a feeling thing. Like, here's what I'll say. As a guy, I might show you that I love you months before I actually say it. But it's just like, expressing feelings and yada.
Did you say it first?
Honestly, I don't know. I'll have to ask my wife. I gotta ask her. I don't remember.
All right.
I was very forward on our proposal. I was very forward.
What happened?
On our first official date, because we have been friends for a long time. Mm-hmm. But I asked her on the first date, and I was like, "So I'm going to marry you. So, so what you want to do?" But yeah, anyway, she looks like a hostage, and
those abandonment issues run deep for her.
That's a fact.
So I don't know if she feels like a hostage more so than she just feels like she's gonna shake out of her skin because this is so far from anything that she's ever experienced in her entire life.
Theory number one, that I love you was that man felt the need to say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't buy it. He doesn't I'm not gonna say he doesn't love her. Okay. But I feel like he was trying to clean up what he had said the day before. He was trying to clean up because he tried to clean it up in that dinner conversation and it wasn't working.
He did all right. He did all right.
Yeah, okay. We can read through the BS.
I mean, we can.
But especially, women, we already don't be believing half the stuff. So but you already said what you said. Now you're trying to flip it back around. Okay, now I got to decipher which one you really meant and which one was the truth. Ain't really believing what you're saying. And so he felt like, I love you though, girl, just stay, please.
She's like, let's toast to that. He's like, we've been toasting to everything since we've been together.
What'd you say, Danielle? Exactly. That's why he's going to push her away with the okay, yeah. That's what did I write that down? Who did I write that down for? Maybe I wrote it down in the wrong place. Oh, I wrote it down for another couple too, because somebody else doing that too is making me angry. Eric keeps giving her these ultimatums, which doesn't help secure this relationship. When you give people ultimatums, you're not making me want to stay. You're making me feel like it's not going to work at all. And he keeps, well, in the preview, he gave her an ultimatum, but he already gave her a couple ultimatums. They've been married 3 weeks. The first week, he definitely gave her like 2.
You can't be friends with guys.
Can't be friends with guys. If you're not okay with my work schedule, I'm done. Like what? If you're not good with that, I'm done. If you cheat, I mean, most people, if you cheat, I'm done. But you're married, so sometimes in marriage you got to work stuff out. Everybody doesn't just disappear when somebody cheats, but it's different for guys. Guys get cheated on and they think the world's over.
What?
Usually guys take cheating way worse than women. Right.
You can't just say that. And
you don't think that
guys take cheating worse than men?
Than women.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. You think guys take cheating worse than y'all?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How? I need to hear the why though.
Well, not worse than me. Or because I ain't taking that. But most women, a lot of women stay with cheating partners. When men have, be with somebody they cheat, it's like, oh no, it's over. I can never trust them ever again. They're the worst person in the world. They're cut off for the rest of my life. But that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I'm just saying. That's just so.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree, but women are more gracious.
This will be a perfect segue, but we'll save that for last. I mean, I gotta sleep on that one. I'm not sure.
Sleep on what? Sleep on what?
That guys take. That guys
get hurt. The hurt when they get cheated runs way deeper than when women.
But to say that
mention women.
But to say that is to say that when if a guy happens to cheat, that it doesn't hurt as much. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying it hurts. It doesn't hurt as much. It's just forgiven more.
Forgiven more.
Women forgive men way more than men forgive women for cheating. Men don't tolerate it. Women do, which is not good for women. But they do. I'm not including myself in there, but All right. Anywho.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nothing else to say about them. Let's move on. Unless you do. You got something else to say? Yeah, that's a good way to say it. It's more normalized. My favorite word of the 21st century. It's more normalized when men cheat. So if a woman cheats, it's more unexpected and a blow to our ego and pride. And they don't forgive. It's over.
As you should.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just,
I don't see the problem here.
Okay.
They're weird. Captain Karen is weird.
I'm still, I don't have the urge to change my prediction on them, but I'm kind of leaning more into your reasoning for your prediction. How they'll say yes and then they'll break up. I'm feeling that. Okay, so who's next? Who's next? God.
Can we first of all, wow. Just got that reference. You are a child. Okay. Wow. Can we please get Haley and Jacob out the way? Please.
The thing is, I have so much to say about them.
Please.
I feel like if anything, we can get Paige and Chris out the way. Anyway, we can go to Haley and Jacob. Let's go.
Please. It's just my heart. Oh.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I need Jacob to take some kind of a test or something. It's something going on. There's something going on, and I don't want to say anything disrespectful. I love everybody. God loves everybody. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
So, for the people who haven't watched it, Haley finally told Jacob that she's not physically attracted to him.
Dun, dun, dun.
We all knew. I told y'all she's Chris. She slept with him. She wasn't attracted to him, so she can see if she can grow.
Don't insult that.
To see if she could grow attraction, and it didn't work. And so he asked her outright. Cause they don't got us living with them.
I have something that you might want to hear.
What?
So my theory number 2 of the evening. I actually have changed my mind. I think that Haley is trying. I saw something tonight that I did not see before. I'm not doing a complete 180.
She's trying hard.
Well,
he is not helping her.
See, you give him an inch, take a mile.
He is not helping at all.
I think that I think she is trying a lot more than I gave her credit for, which was 0. So there you go.
Thank you for admitting that.
Merry Christmas.
So he asked her outright, "Are you physically attracted to me?" And she said, "I don't know." Really? What? I think she's trying.
All right, Danielle, I'm back on the train again.
She's
Sorry.
trying.
If Danielle says she's not trying to shit, I tried to give her a chance.
You have your own opinions. Okay.
I've said that from the very beginning. And tonight it looked like, with the clothes and all of that stuff, it looked like she was trying.
She is. She even more than that. So he asked her outright, "Are you physically attracted to me?" She said, "I don't know," which I think was an okay answer. She did tell her friends she didn't think he was ugly when she walked up the aisle, but she didn't think he's like the most amazing guy she ever seen either. And so she was like, "Well, I don't know. We'll see," which is fine. When you're getting married at first sight, you should be expecting, that should be a part of your expectation that this might happen. So this is how I feel about the physical attraction thing. I feel like women can grow a physical attraction, but men cannot. Why you looking at me like that?
I mean, obviously I disagree, but I'm not going to. Go ahead.
You really? I feel like if I meet a guy that I don't think is amazing looking, getting to know this guy, if his personality is dope, he's funny, he treats me well, I will begin to be very attracted to that person. For men, I don't think it works that way. If I don't think you look good, you're not about to start looking good to me. Well, to men.
You've been referring to yourself as a man a lot this episode.
No, I haven't.
Ernest is not gonna like that. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true.
Well, so tell me why. Okay, well, Mike said it's just harder for men to grow the attraction. Women can grow that a lot quicker and are more open to it.
I think everything that you said for women can apply to men.
Really?
Yeah. I think. All right. So let me ask you a question. I have this conversation a lot, but I really stand by this. I don't think anybody, man or woman, can realistically be in love with somebody who they do not believe in. And when I say that, if you were with somebody who was, let's say, an artist or something like that, let's say a singer, Tasha, if you met the man of your dreams, like God-fearing, lovely, AARP card, all the whole works, right? And let's say he wanted to be a singer, but he cannot sing. Could you be with him?
Yeah.
But his dream, like he's actively pursuing being a singer, and the brother is tone deaf. You can still be with him and support him.
Have people been telling him this his whole life?
Don't matter.
It does matter. Because if you're just delusional, then no, I can't be with you. If people have been telling you this and you just don't believe them, something's wrong. Right,
so let's just say it like this. Regardless of whether or not people have been telling them, when you hear them, you don't see it. Like, you don't get it. Like, you don't have what it takes to make it.
I could be with him, and I would try to be the one to tell him the truth. If everything else was amazing.
Yeah, but like he was
like, you gotta find a new dream, baby.
I was born. My purpose is to say. Like, I'm gonna, like, if he's as hard on his job as Eric is on flying, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna put out these mixtapes. I'm gonna put out these TikToks with me harmonizing.
Well, it'd be more so he wouldn't want to be with me because I'm not supporting that foolishness.
Which is a no. What do you mean you're not supporting that foolishness?
Because I could be with him if everything else is amazing, but if I don't believe in his dream, he's not gonna want to be with me. He's Vicente.
So here's the deal. This is just my opinion. I'm one guy. I can't speak for all men. I'll just speak for myself. I think there are two different kinds of looks. I think there's a look that you just see the person's looks and you assume things about them, and it's like like the fantasy looks, like you don't know the person, whatever. And then I think it's their looks after you get to know them. If somebody has a bad personality, I'm not gonna say it makes them ugly, but it certainly takes away from the
absolutely
from the idea of them. So yes, I think you can grow an attraction and attachment, but the outside certainly does have an effect.
So, but with men though, what would make you want to? You're not getting married at first sight, right? What makes you want to approach someone that you're not physically attracted to?
Well, no, I didn't. But a woman doesn't want to be a woman doesn't want to be approached by somebody she's not physically attracted to either.
Women want to be approached. Period. It's normalized.
Wait. So you're telling me? Oh wait, because this is news. Are you telling me that women want to be approached by men of any looks level? It doesn't matter. Like, you just want to be approached.
I think there is a part of women that likes to know that she's attracted to people. So I wouldn't expect to only be approached by men that I felt like look like movie stars. I'm assuming that regular looking people or anybody who finds me attractive would approach me. It's not necessarily. I can't hold anybody back.
I challenge everybody, if you know a single guy Ask them at some point, if you had to marry somebody right now, who would you marry? And I guarantee it wouldn't be their celebrity crush. It would be somebody they already know. Because to me, that's how it's a.
Well, that's fine, but they don't. But that doesn't mean they're not attracted to that person.
But what is attraction? Okay, then we'll get into a larger conversation on what attraction actually is. But I think it's possible for a man to grow in attraction. I think it's easier for a woman to do it, but I think it's possible.
That's funny, Danielle. I don't know why I thought that was funny.
So do women, as we've seen in this episode.
Attraction includes the physicality, but it's not limited by looks.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Jamal, for this fun fact. Jamal, also, I will be emailing you soon about some plane tickets that I have questions on. Yeah, and people can make anything work. Exactly. All right. So, yeah, Aisha just wanted to be approached. Okay. So anyway, Haley buys him some clothes. He finally walked into the 21st century. The clothes looked good on him, I thought.
That scene was weird.
He made it so awkward, and he didn't have to.
I'm like, bro,
he made the entire episode.
He's sitting there like, whoa. Like, what are you saying whoa about? It's a blue button up. It's a regular shirt. Like, he
made the entire episode so awkward.
Oh, she was about to
was really, I was gonna say freaking.
I'm joking.
But he just be bothering me. Well, this episode he's really bothering me. So we thought Jacob was super straightforward, right? We thought he was, straight to the point, straightforward. He is literally making up his own stories. He's telling himself his own story in his head. He literally told her, well, you're not trying to make it work because you didn't come home when I thought you should have came home and you was hanging out with Paige. She's like, oh, I thought you might want space because it was a tough conversation. He's like, well, if you really wanted to make it work, you should have stayed here. She's like, well, I didn't know that you wanted me to come back. You didn't tell me. And he's like, yeah, but you should have been able to read my mind. You didn't get that? And she's like, no, you didn't tell me. He's like, well, it wouldn't matter if I would have told you because you would have got mad and then I would have got mad and then we would have been fighting. What?
Haley was so confused. She was like, I just told you I don't like you. Why did you want me here?
How you gonna tell me what I was gonna do? How you gonna tell me what I was gonna say and what I was gonna do? You can't tell me what I was gonna do. Period.
Tasha, can I say something?
What?
I think he needs to take a test. I don't know what test it is. This brother needs a test. I don't know if it's EQ or what. I don't know what's something going on. Yeah. And he comes off as somebody who has been rejected a lot. And
I literally put that down. I was like, he jumps to conclusions and makes assumptions because he doesn't want to get hurt. So he's pushing her away before he's giving her a chance to not necessarily make it right, but he's not giving her a chance to give it a chance. He's like, oh, you don't think I'm attractive? Oh, well, I guess that's the end of the relationship then. It's ain't more than a friendship because you don't think I'm physically attractive. She said, I didn't say all of that.
Don't you get the feeling like every time every time you see an opening, like, oh, snap, this is a chance for him to get on Haley's good side. Like, he did the whole, like, modeling and everything. And she was like, how was that? And he was like, clothes. Like, bro, what is you doing? And then they finally had a talk and everything was going good and it seemed like, all right, cool. If you just say the right thing right here, you on your way.
He told her, you're not ready for this.
Dun, 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 dun.
Like, why are you telling me? But he did that since they moved in. Telling me what I think, telling me what I do, telling me how I am. You don't know me. You literally don't know me.
Dang, Reese just said it. I don't want to think about that, Reese.
He
Oh.
did.
Nah, she's
He
still
did.
lying.
No, no,
She's still
she
lying.
did.
I'm going down on that hill. No, I can't. I can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from.
Yeah, he definitely over exaggerated it. And
Y'all
he's literally he is playing. And the thing is, he's not just telling himself this story. He's replaying it. We're playing it over and over. The more she's not in that house with him, just replaying it over and over. Replaying it over and over.
Yeah, I think he might just be projecting his fear of rejection on her.
Absolutely.
And it's tough to see because it seems like Haley, who has tried one episode.
No, she's been trying. She's been trying for a couple of weeks.
In your opinion. But every time she puts out the olive branch, she like lights it on fire. And this was the first week where I was like, yo, they need to just end it. Just let it go.
The thing is, it doesn't have to end right now. He's literally like forcing it to, and she's like, I don't want it to end. Just give me a chance. Give it a chance. Jamal, it's like, yeah, he's very linear. Like, it has to be black or white. There's no in between. And what she said is exactly right. She was like, you want me to just jump in here and be in love? Like, it doesn't work that way. Give me a chance to get to know you and build some attraction. And what he said makes sense too, because he was saying that his definition of love, it wasn't because of anything that the person did. It was just because of just the person, which I didn't fully understand. But he was saying like, but I think for most people and a lot of women, it's a lot of what the man does that makes them fall in love. And what are you looking at?
No, I had to hear what you said. Say one more time.
There's a lot of what the man does to or for them that is like that helps that me feeling like I love you. You don't think that?
You know what I think the issue with them is? I think when you have two people who are opposite, it takes patience on both sides to find the middle where you can start to build together. I don't even think they've met at the middle yet to say like, this is where I need to be patient with you. This is where I need to be patient with you. Let's grow here so that we can create a new normal. I don't even think they've gotten to the point.
But she understands that. He doesn't.
Okay. I mean, maybe.
She's trying to communicate that to him, and he's like, no, but you're not here.
Yeah, but I feel like he's been patient with her too.
How? In what way?
I'm not sure yet. But wait, no, but he hasn't. All right. So I feel like he has communicated what he has needed, which is in one sense just a validation that she's attracted or that she's into it. She waited she has only been 3 weeks. I get it. But we're on episode.
She also didn't want to hurt his feelings. She was trying to wait so that the attraction could grow a little bit.
But the issue
so that she can be honest and say, yeah, I'm starting to.
But she's been hurting his feelings this whole time.
Yeah, he's been super insecure about it since day one.
So I mean, I will make light of Jacob's communication skills, but she certainly is at least as bad as him at communicating.
I don't know if she's bad at communicating or she's trying to spare his feelings. And so she's being quiet because one, before you know someone, you don't know how they're going to react to certain information. And so she's trying to gauge that and then also trying to spare his feelings on some things But he's done down with that.
But so to me, I feel like if I'm withholding information from somebody that I'm married at first sight with, but their only complaint is that they feel the thing that I'm trying to withhold, it's still felt. Even if it's not said, it's still felt.
Yeah.
And it's like this man has been saying, like, I feel like you're not attracted. I feel like you're not attracted. I feel like you're not attracted. So it's like, what benefit has it been to you to withhold the fact that you're not attracted to him this whole time? And I certainly don't think she's been upfront with her information and her feelings and what she wants to do. She said she's somebody who likes to be on her own. She's used to being able to cut people off whenever she's not feeling it. And she felt, in my opinion, she's felt stuck since the day that she didn't have an initial spark with him, and has made things worse by acting like nothing exists while also being cold towards him. So now he's at the point where he's fighting for his own sense of, I guess.
But I don't think she was being cold. Like once they got back from the honeymoon, I feel like she was trying, like after that initial fight at the apartment, she ain't leave, and she was willing to make it work. I was going to say something that Panamanians people say, and it wasn't gonna make no sense. She's trying to. Now I can't even think of the right words.
Can you say it? Let's hear it.
I was gonna say she was trying to thing it, but that doesn't make any sense. And no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. But Panamanians say that all the time, and we know exactly what we were talking about when we say it. We say it for almost everything, and we know like what the other person is saying. Anywho,
I'm from New Jersey.
I don't care anymore about them. I don't care. I care about
them.
The relationship. But
Jacob is a grown man, and
he's a grown man with a child in his mind.
But you can't. Here's the thing about Haley that is frustrating. You can do things for yourself, and you can have good intent, and that's fine. But in a relationship, you cannot pretend that what you're doing does not have an effect. You can't. You can't have that divisive of a conversation and then not be able to understand how your absence isn't communicating something to somebody who's in a very, very vulnerable state. I don't like you. Your face sucks.
But what she said made complete sense. Because people deal with things differently. She doesn't know that he could have very well not want her to be right there no more. Like, get out of my face then. He literally said that this is not going to work after she said that. So, okay, well, let me give you some time to cool off. But who's saying this? Okay. No communication is communication. He's lived long enough to pick up when people don't want to be around him. But also he's telling him, but he's also making up stories in his mind. You can't make up an entire story in your mind and decide that that's the truth.
The both of them.
Without giving the other person the opportunity to show up.
The both
that's
of
not
them
fair.
Are living their lives for what it all means to them. And I don't think either one of them have bridged over to understanding what they're communicating means to the other person. And that's why it just feels like they are still on square one. It feels like they are still on the first or second day of marriage, which is like,
yes.
What do you need? How do you listen? If somebody is vulnerable or has been hurt in a certain area in their past and you're with them, they deserve your patience in that area. It doesn't mean that they're a good or bad person just because of whatever. It just means like they might need a little bit more while they grow in it. Now, if a person is mature enough to pursue the growth in that area, it's up to them. But it just feels tough that they are both. It feels watching it like they're just missing each other. Like it's not as wrong. Their relationship isn't as bad. It doesn't need to be that bad. If they had some experts to just sit them down and talk.
I agree with what you're saying, Jamal. All right. The only other thing I had to say about them is that white people really got this ice thing. That's really a thing for them. Getting iced. But move on.
I don't get it.
Yeah, the fact that they all know what that is.
I'm from the hood. I don't know. I just had plantains for the first time.
What did I say it again? I just wanted to hear what you said.
I have plantains. Plantains. We always call them plantains. But plantains.
Some people do call it plantains. I have never heard. I didn't hear that until like I found out that Americans eat them and they were calling them plantains. So I was like, what? What is that?
I don't appreciate the way you said Americans just now, but that's fine.
I'm an American.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Sorry, guys. Not to sound elitist. I'm also an American. So that was the wrong terminology to use.
You don't like Americans, don't like dark-skinned people.
Dark-skinned plantain.
Who else, Tasha? Who else don't you like?
All right. Okay, let's go. Let's smile for a minute. Just a little bit, and then we'll go back to frowning.
I don't think we're gonna be smiling.
We're gonna smile. We're gonna smile for a little bit, at least a little bit. So Brianna and Vincent, that was cheesing for the first half of that episode. I was cheesing with Brianna and Vincent. So happy for them. It was so super duper cute when they were talking about what love means to them and stuff. And Brianna was saying, I love her definition because she was saying that love means that, you know, she was like, I usually look at the flaws of people and I pick them out, which I'm glad she spoke her truth because we all can see that. And she said, I know that when I stop pointing out all these flaws of a person in my head, I know that I love them and I just accept them for who they are. And which I thought made a lot of sense.
Am I the only person who didn't find that romantic at all?
It was so cute. I was like,
what?
Oh, that was a great explanation because usually, naturally, people judge. But when you just completely stop judging a person, and I feel like, and I'm not even talking about just romantically, but even like with friends or whatever, it's like when you just accept them and just love them for who they are, that's love. No?
Maybe I just heard it differently. I didn't find anything romantic about that at all. Love is when you are trying to find something wrong with somebody.
No, that's not what she said.
And then you just stop looking. I'm like, what is that? That's love to y'all? Like, you stink. I hate your mother. Your aunt sucks. I hate your penmanship, but I'm done looking for stuff. I love you. What are y'all talking about?
That's not how she meant it.
Maybe I'm tripping. Everybody else thought it was romantic. I thought it was the dumbest explanation of love I have ever heard.
That was so good. It was so good to me. I was like, oh, yes. That was so...
Tiffany,
yes.
My wife, Tiffany, she was like, don't you just love? I was like, no. That was the dumbest explanation I've ever heard. Who says that? Your
feet
makes
so much sense.
Your nose is weird.
You didn't say that.
I hate your lip, but I'm done looking. I love you.
That's not what she was saying. OMG.
Okay, I'm not tripping.
Please.
Can somebody in the chat tell me I'm not
tripping? Lenore.
Because I thought...
That's not what she was saying.
So tell me what she was saying. Explain it to me. Because all I heard was, I look for flaws, but I ain't looking no more.
Okay, so like when you... Damn, you too? No. So like when you're dating people, right? Like say you're dating.
Okay.
You're trying to qualify people, right? You're trying to say, okay, I'm trying to find somebody who I want in my life, whatever. a lot of times people, in qualifying people, you're like, I don't like that. I don't like that. This thing that they do, this thing. But like once it's like you're completely comfortable with the person and you're just accepting them, regardless of the things that you don't like, you don't care anymore. I don't care that these little things annoy me. I love you for who you are. I don't care. People get on people's nerves, period. But I don't care anymore. Those things don't get on my nerves anymore. I love you. I take all of it, even if it bothers me. Right. I don't. What?
No.
What did you get?
That explanation does not apply to my wife. It applies to an order at Chipotle where they forgot to put guacamole. Like, all right, cool. It's fine. I'm gonna eat it. Whatever.
That doesn't apply. I understood what she was saying.
It's just no.
Thanks.
You know why that's weird if you're dating people? Because you should be evaluating people longer than 3 weeks. And okay, so you accept them for their flaws. Okay, maybe the way you said it is a little different. But it's like, all right, cool. If I'm at Applebee's and they get my order wrong and I'm like, you know what? I could send it back, but I'm just gonna eat it as is. Whatever. I'm hungry. That's how. That
doesn't sound like love at all. Jamal,
exactly.
Tell us more. Tell us more. But anyway, I thought it was like it made more. Benson liked it. That's all that matters. You don't gotta like her husband. Period. But I felt that.
Good thing she ain't say it to a beat because he would have been pissed.
To who?
To a beat. Because later on in the episode.
So Brianna said she loved him. And the way she said it was so cute. She was saying something. We're gonna say I love you soon, right? She was like, yeah. She's like, I mean, I love you now. And I was like, oh. And then he was like, I love you too. So cute. And then the next day, he was teaching her Spanish. He bought her a bicycle that she had wanted. Listen, it was so cute.
I must say, this episode did have a lot of Latino flavor.
He said agua, that's water. I
thought the words he was going to start with was going to be, I'm like, hold on. How far down on the Spanish train do you need to go?
She don't know Spanish.
He said, all right, uno is one. I'm like, wait. Did you not know agua was water?
Comma was a good word. Comma was a good word for her to start with.
No, what was the first one? The first one was
something super easy too.
Oh, what was the first word? I remember being like, what?
It was super duper easy. It started with an A, I think.
It was like dose or something like that. It was like, what? Why are you teaching her this word?
I can't remember.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Raimi. I hope I'm saying that right. Raimi. Hello, Lee Pepper. Welcome, y'all.
Yeah, we need
new names up in here.
What up, cousin? Cousin. It was Amigo.
Amigos.
What is wrong with you? How you don't know Amigo need friend? How you know? I haven't been to one Spanish class in my life. I know one Carlos Santana song. And I knew Amigo need friend.
He wasn't trying to make it hard. He was trying to, he was just trying to lead up to the bicicleta, period. He was like, these words don't mean nothing. It's bicicleta that you need to get because I'm about to bring in a bicicleta.
No, everybody didn't take Spanish in high school, unfortunately. Not my little hood school. They didn't care. But, all right. I can let go of this terrible definition of love that y'all done.
Anyway, it was beautiful.
It's y'all loving basketball fans, man. Y'all are the worst.
They was in love. He bought her a bicycle. She loved it. And it was all butterflies and rainbows. It was so cute. Yeah, it was living the dream. Living the dream.
Yeah, whatever.
Then, okay, yeah, because Kama was new for sure. Kama was new for her.
Reese, you be coming with it.
Reese is the expert.
That makes sense. Let's talk about it.
And then
let's talk about it.
she was like, "Ooh, let's do something fun so I can get more into your culture. Let me take you to a salsa class."
She said, "Agua." No.
She was like, "Yeah, let me take you to a salsa class." So, okay.
Dun 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 dun.
It started off fine. The class started off fine. I saw you guys little steps in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I love me some salsa. I love
You be
me.
salsa?
What? I love salsa. I love merengue. I love bachata. I love hand dancing. I love all type of partner dancing.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. First of all, you take Ernest with you when you go?
I go dance with the people that are already out at the dance spot.
Wow, that's offensive. 2. So what Vincent said was, I wish we had done this instead of salsa. What was the this he was talking about?
Bachata.
So what's the difference between horchata and what?
Did you say horchata?
What did you say?
Bachata.
Bachata.
Yes, horchata is a drink.
I don't know.
But yes, thank you, Jamal. Bachata is sensual. It's more sexy, slower. It could be faster too, but usually it's slower. Closer. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's real. It's for the lovers.
Yeah. Okay. And because she wasn't finding his flaws anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's just bothering me. If anybody who they got, my wife was like, "Oh, I got goosebumps." What the heck are you getting goosebumps for?
I loved it. I literally was like, oh.
She just said love is when you ain't picking out their flaws no more. Like, what? That don't make no sense. But anyway,
I love how y'all know about bachata in here.
So
I appreciate that.
But bachata is what Vince wanted to do, but she chose salsa instead. Okay, and bachata is more fun to do.
I wouldn't say it's more fun.
Okay.
It's just a different kind of dance. It's just probably the one that he's more familiar with, so that he can look like the man. That's all. His masculinity is fragile. He just wants to look like, he wants to impress her, which makes complete sense. Of course, he wants to impress his wife. But he needs to realize that, like, you're not going to be able to impress me 24/7. You're not amazing at every single thing, and that's okay. I love you. I don't care. But he's like, he's not with the looking inadequate ever. Period.
But
Raimi, exactly. He wasn't into it. And if they in love, why he couldn't just say that? Just say that. Just say that.
So it's a couple. It's a couple things going on. But let me just say this. Brianna had the right idea. He said he wanted to dance. She wanted to dance. She done turned the kitchen into a Rosetta Stone. And salsa is like a part of his culture. Yes. So it made sense. Like it all on paper, as Chris would say, on paper, it all,
as I would say.
We'll talk about that later. It all added up to be a great night and she tried to do a really sweet thing for him.
Yes. And that was a great date night idea.
Yeah.
To show I'm trying to be in, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be in there with you. Raimi, you said she should stop putting him in situations that she knows he's uncomfortable. How would she know that he's not comfortable in that? He just overreacted again.
Now, we're not going to do this.
What?
St. Vincent, that's your boy. Vincent gave 3 pairs of Crocs to the homeless in the matchmaking episode, and he is a saint. And now you're trying to turn on him.
I'm not turning on him, but sir, Stop. You're overreacting. Exactly. She's trying to be in this marriage and live and have fun. I can't be feeling like I'm walking around eggshells. Now I can't be myself because you go explode at everything you don't like. Grow up.
But here's the thing, though. He's not exploding. Let me tell you.
He about to. He said, I'm fine. She said, are you okay? He said, no.
Now,
no, I'm not.
The dangerous precedent that they're setting is that she will feel like she can't love him on her instincts.
Yep.
I get it.
That's the perfect way to put it.
But I can tell you for sure that the reason he feels uncomfortable, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. Y'all kill me in the chat like y'all always do. But I feel like he would never feel comfortable telling her like, hey, I'm really not enjoying this. Because people like that, especially people who are used to pleasing other people, who are always there for other people and don't necessarily keep themselves first. He's looking at her like she's having a great time. Remember, she said like she's a dancer. This is something that she's been excited to do. Like he really wants to make her happy. So I think a lot of times, to the detriment of himself, his idea is, let me just get through this because it's making her happy, without knowing that his energy is coming off as strong as what it is. Like he doesn't know, in my opinion, he doesn't know that his energy is bringing down the whole night. What he's thinking to himself is, well, let me just, like when she's like, hey, you okay? She's like, he's like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it was cool. Like he's just trying to keep it going so that she can still be happy, not knowing that his energy is having an effect on the entire evening. But I think it's just a communication.
Everyone, the teacher's like, I gotta go because y'all stressing me.
He stopped mid-song. He was like, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and he was like, 1, 2, 3. You know what? We're gonna end it right there. I hope y'all come back.
Who?
Oh.
That's interesting, Danielle. I didn't know that. But actually, maybe I did know that because I've been to the Dominican Republic and that's all they wanted to do at the things I went to. Yeah, I thought that the intention of it, both of them, it was like, I liked how they wanted to make each other happy and have fun with each other. That was super dope. She's man.
Yeah, I think that I honestly think that
Interesting take.
Their relationship will go to another level when he learns how to communicate his emotions as they go. Like he literally, in my opinion, just does not feel comfortable with saying, I don't like this, because he doesn't want it. I think he's afraid of how she's gonna be like, oh, I really enjoyed this, like disappointing her, not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that she's, the opposite is having an effect, and it's not good. So
it sounds like something that he needs to actually talk to somebody about, because that is not. I feel like it's going to be ineffective in so many areas of life, not even just this relationship. Like that doesn't work in most places where you're giving off this really negative energy, saying that everything is fine. People they don't know how to react to that. And so it makes people just not want, literally walk around eggshells with you. And I wonder, not to say, I don't know nothing about his business, but like even in business, like that doesn't work well. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
And one of the main reasons why, if it is true, like his family said, that when he blows up, it's ugly, that's probably one of the main reasons why, because if it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and you never are able to communicate like, hey, I'm not feeling this. Hey, this is how I feel. Yeah, at some point you're going to explode or implode, which is even worse. Hey, but did you wonder when he wasn't having a good time and he was getting mad at her after she said, I love you? Was she like, I can't look at his flaws. I can't look at his flaws. I can't look at his flaws. I love him. By definition, I'm not allowed to see his flaws from here on out.
It's not even that. I think that, who is it, Raimi? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm saying Raimi.
Can we get a phonetic spelling?
Please confirm with me so I can, because I don't want to keep saying your name wrong.
We all family here, so we need to know.
They said I love you way too fast because this isn't love just yet. By
Leave that comment up.
But I feel like by Brianna's definition for herself of what love is, I think that because she said, I feel you can love somebody, but not be like in love, like head over heels. Like you can, a lot of people have love for people, and like I love, a lot of my friends, but I ain't in love with them or anything. And I always thought that was interesting how like we'd be quick to say I love you to our friends and stuff, but when it's a romantic partner, I ain't saying it. Period. Until whenever, I don't know what the D-Day is, but
I'll tell you the truth. I think that there are a lot of people who love out of the other person's acceptance. And I think there's always we always have this conversation of keeping people at arm's length and keeping people away and loving at a distance. I think when you're married, it can be a really dangerous concept because it really does take away the other person's ability to love you for all of you. And I think that's part of what they will grow into if they do the work, which is him being able to articulate how he feels and knowing that somebody is still going to love him, even if he's not perfect all the time, even if he says, I don't like this, can we please go? Like, she is very vocal. She'll say how she feels. She's straightforward. She's straight to it. So she knows how to navigate. And if he can learn at least a part of that for his toolbox,
yes,
she can show him her love. This sounds so sappy, but her she'll be able to show him how much her love can cover him, even at the times where he's not 100% perfect. But one of the dangerous parts in doing that is if you're trying to present a 100% perfect person all the time, you'll either break down within yourself trying to keep up that pace all the time, or you'll be mad that it's not recognized by the other person, which is some of the conflict that they've had. So,
and that's what it seems like Dr. Viviana's talking to them about next week. By the way, did you watch the Dr. Viviana thing I sent you?
I didn't get to see it yet.
Jamal, did you watch it? I sent it to Jamal.
Oh, for y'all who are new, just so y'all know, we're here on Thursdays, but Tasha's 59-year-old boyfriend has a vaccine shot tomorrow for COVID. So we had to push it up to Wednesday. But usually we're on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We send things through IG. We DM all the tea.
If we have information, that we don't feel that we can share on here publicly in the chat, DM us if you want it. I sent Jamal an interview with Dr. Viviana on his other podcast, and I thought it was really great. Jamal just said it was good. Watch it, Kasaun.
Then yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. But
I don't even know that I didn't even see them post it. But yeah.
Oh, we got documentary footage with the first fiance. It's just tea going everywhere. It's tea going everywhere. But
Raimi, I'm glad you're here too. Come back next week, please, on Thursdays. Thursdays there'll be more people in here too, and we be cutting up. Yeah. Also, when we go to Kiss the Chris page next, we usually do them last. Yeah. Also, make sure before I say what I'm about to say, make sure y'all like this live so people can see it, people can find it. Also, thank you new people for joining. You guys can register for the EOLC 2021 conference.
That's a fact.
Which stands for the Eyes Open, Legs Closed conference.
We are trying
we created in honor of Paige Banks.
Yes, we are starting to GoFundMe for Paige's. We're starting to GoFundMe for Paige's registration to the Eyes Open, Legs Closed conference. Please stop having sex with that man, please.
Because she had it again.
You're making these reviews an hour longer than it needs to, please.
Literally.
But Brianna and Vincent, I think they are
fine.
They're fine.
I think they're fine.
That's right. The EOLC 2021. Shout out to the EOLC gang. We out here. But honestly, I think, well, I'm sorry. Side note, did you see that Lifetime is coming out with a new show called Unmatchables?
No.
With people who have been on, people who have, I think, either auditioned or been on Married at First Sight, and they're trying to match them all over again, and they're trying to do like makeovers for them and a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm.
It is just Dr. Viviana and Pastor Cal. No Pepper.
Why?
I don't know. You know why? Pepper, they've been trying to phase Pepper out since 3 seasons ago. They don't let Pepper do nothing.
No, I did not know that. That is quite interesting.
Google, if you're watching, Google Unmatchables Lifetime. It'll give you all the details. I think it debuts April 21st, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy.
Okay, we can talk about that too when it gets there. When we get
crazy.
There.
But
Brown and Vincent, they're fine.
They gotta communicate. Like, listen, you gotta communicate. And when people say like marriage is hard work, relationships are hard work, that is the hard work that people are talking about. It's not loving another person necessarily. It's like I can tell you from personal experience, because I know we got to move on to the reality show within the reality show. But when I never understood when people were like, yo, marriage is hard work. And now I get it. Like when people talk about marriage, it's like in order to grow with another person, it causes you to do things that are outside of your nature. Like it's outside of my nature to talk about my feelings in a way that's like vulnerable and consistent. And I told y'all about the gentle wheel, and I live by that. If you don't know what JUNTO, it's a whole wheel of emotions, and I have had to learn how to be like, I'm sad, I'm disappointed, I'm angry, I'm da-da-da. Not just like the sad, angry, like the regular 4 emotions we talk about, but like detailed and being vulnerable. Like that's the work, is when you get to a crossroads of a point where you be like, I'm going to do something different than what is my normal nature in order for this other thing to grow. And they'll be fine. I think they'll get there.
Yeah. Let's not belabor. Okay.
Oh, I'm stressed already. Here we go, guys. We're here.
Look at what you came to see. Where are my notes at? Okay, so I don't know, because y'all know I don't really be looking up stuff outside of I don't be looking stuff up. I do not be looking stuff up. I don't even follow these people's Instagrams. I don't follow nobody on Married at First Sight, previous seasons or nothing. I don't care that much. But scrolling through my YouTube, the algorithm. Okay, so it sounds like you just got another.
No. No.
If you saying the same thing, just say that.
No, we're not saying the same thing, homie.
Same thing, just say
we're not saying the same thing. Here's what I'm saying. Love is a commitment. Point blank, period. When I say I love you, it is reaffirming my commitment to you, rain or shine. It's not, no. I'm not saying, hey, your toes look funny, but I forgot all about that because I love you. It's like, no, the way she said it just, that was the way she said it. It was the Message Bible version. I need a King James version.
Semantics.
All right.
So I was going on my YouTube, and I seen that Chris called out his pastor friend. Did you see that?
Wait. Did you go through that whole thing of like, I don't be looking at people's IGs. I don't follow nobody.
Just so y'all know, because I don't follow.
Oh, no. Just so you can cover the fact that this just came across your desk, huh?
Yes.
Oh, man. Just got an anonymous spam email, huh?
Did you see it?
You are a piece of work. You know that, Tasha? Now, y'all know I don't be scrolling. I don't even got it.
Y'all know I don't be following people like that, but
I logged into my Black Planet account, and lo and behold, what did I see?
And y'all know I don't be trying to look at spoilers and stuff. So
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see it though? Did you see him call out the pastor?
I did.
Okay. I saw the stories.
I didn't see the
So,
stories. I saw the Facebook post.
oh,
I
okay.
saw I
So
saw a post. Yeah.
one long post.
Yeah.
What? Okay, what did it say?
Basically, like, I'm not talking to him no more. He was wrong. I'm in like a I'm in a Facebook group. It's called POC Reality TV something, but it's like a whole bunch of black people who watch reality shows, and they posted this really long post, and maybe it was the post from the stories, but they were saying, "Oh," but but yeah, it was essentially Chris denouncing his friendship with the pastor.
Okay, so first of all, Raimi, we don't throw nobody away. Uh, but so from what I seen in the stories, it was saying, first of all, he not my pastor. Number one, he
We
was
knew
just my.
that.
I didn't know that.
I knew that.
Wow.
Huh?
How you know that?
On the matchmaker episode, he was like, "Hey man, do you think you're ready? If you're my pastor, you should know if I'm ready or not."
No.
I knew that wasn't his pastor. Go back and check the file.
He said, first of all, it's not my pastor. He was just my friend because my pastor couldn't make the wedding, so I asked him to officiate last minute. Then he said, then he said something about calling him, and he was like, and my phone is still open if you want to talk about this. Just like it was open when you kept calling me, trying to get them to record at your church so you can build up your following. And he said that that friend was the first person he told about the pregnancy when he found out. But then he pretended as if he didn't know on the episode. And he was like, why were you pretending as if you didn't know when you're the person that I had been talking to it about from the beginning? And then he said the pastor had told him, well, I don't know when in sequence he said this, but the pastor had told him that because he was, before that he got married, he was telling the pastor, I think I'm still in love with Mercedes. I don't call her Mercedes, the mother of his child. The mother of his child.
We don't say her name here. She's the mother of his child.
The mother of his child. And he said he told him that before he got married, and the pastor said, that's just the devil. This process is God ordained. And then when he told him that she's pregnant, the pastor said she's lying. And he didn't even know her.
We agree.
But and then he also said that before he got married, he had went to this particular pastor friend, and him and his wife had agreed to counsel him and Mercedes, but it just hadn't happened. So he knew so remember last week when you were saying that whole thing you were saying, and I was like, well, these two people didn't have the context that we had. They didn't watch the show. Apparently, this particular man had all of the context and even more context than we had, and
according
still
to Chris.
According to Chris.
Allegedly.
Okay. And still made those comments. And then apparently he put up some proof that she was actually pregnant, and then proof that she had went to the hospital and lost the baby. I was watching the YouTube video, but I was like listening to it and not actually watching it, so I didn't see if there was actual proof. But anyway, all that happened. So in the context of all of that information,
I'm stressed.
In the context of all of the information, right or wrong, I think, regardless of the context, I think it was wrong. it's kind of, why are you inserting yourself? I don't like, what was your purpose? I didn't understand the motive. So something felt wrong about that. And then, yeah, that's how I feel about him reaching out to her. Like, he went up there to he went up there to pretend as if he was Pastor Cal. Like, all extra shocked at the things she was saying, but he already knew the things.
Allegedly.
He knew.
You know, I did not have a problem with him reaching out to Paige. I didn't.
What's the purpose?
I mean, guilt, probably, but first of all,
but how would he know that she doesn't have community? He don't know her like that.
First of all, I do want to add this small fact, because Brother Chris went into this whole, like, you on my side. Why you on his side? Hold on. You supposed to be my
yeah, he was way too emotional about that.
I brought you in here. Why you on his side? He's doing a lot. But what you do have to remember is this guy is a pastor, allegedly. I don't know this man. He is a pastor.
Everything allegedly now when we get the page of Chris.
I'm not trying to get sued. I don't know what's... Oh, if everybody... Well, I'm not going to say it. But he did marry them. So he is connected to them somehow. He did marry them.
Okay. But he said, you're not married to me. You he said it was God. It wasn't me.
He probably felt really guilty that he was, at least publicly, one of the people who's responsible for putting him into this process and whatever. And he probably felt bad and wanted to make sure she was okay. But man, exactly. But that lunch was weird. Did you see Paige check him? No. Did anybody else peep that part?
Which lunch? The one
with the pastor, with Pastor Dwight.
What did she say? I can't remember.
Remember he was like, he said, yeah, I knew going into this process that he wasn't ready, and she was like, you didn't know that before? I was like,
did you know that? Paige found a little bass in her voice a little bit during this episode.
Listen, here's the thing with Paige, and I'm sorry, I'm team Paige. I say it every episode. I don't accept any Paige slander on this live. But why does she get big with everybody except she talking, she can say what she got to say to Pastor Dwight. She cussing out all the producers, being like, I ain't doing this no more. She got her whole set it off speech for the producers on the phone. And then when she get in front of old douche, I don't know.
Well, she had a little bass at the beginning, but she heard that one little sentence. In the beginning, she said, you know what? I don't like you wasting my time, and I don't like my time wasting. I don't like wasting other people's time. What you got to say, boy? What do you want from me? What do you want?
Okay. And I must say, you and Jamal,
I'm done with this.
You and Jamal were right. I was wrong. So first of all, this man flew from Vegas back to Atlanta and was on the plane booking a flight to Chicago.
You know what that means? She carried his bags and her bags to her car. Girl, are you crazy? That is not your wife's duties.
She got words for everybody except Chris. I don't get it.
Like I said, she had a little bass. This was the first time, because last week, I was not happy with the way that meeting went. Because I was like, girl, where's the energy? This time I said, finally, she giving me some energy. What?
Uh-oh. Need some horchata?
She's giving me what energy. And then Jamal. She said, God has led me to meet with Chris, and I'm here.
What God are y'all who y'all be talking to?
Who is she talking to?
It ain't the same God that Ryan be talking to. It is two different gods. I am so confused.
So then she walks out like she should have walked out last week instead of, because she was quiet this time. She's like, you know what? Let me let him say what he got to say.
Wait. Can we talk about when all the girls got together and the girls were like, we want, like the girls tried their best. All the girls got together. They were like, Paige, where's your head at? What are you doing? No, we want better for you.
And you know what? Brianna is every Black person in the middle of drama. Brianna's she just looked at her. She said, Brianna had no words. She just sat there and just listened. Everybody had their opinions. She listened to Paige talk her madness, and she had nothing to say. Minding her. Black people be minding their business.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Time.
I don't even think it's minding her business. You know what I think? You know the look Brianna gave off? She gave off the look of a friend who knows their friend is going to do whatever they want.
I'm saving my breath.
Everybody got that one friend where you're like, I can give you advice until 4:00 in the morning. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. You know what? Everybody like, girl, what you going to do? And Brianna was sitting there like, she probably texted it. She done told her. They done had the calls. They done had the talks. She done laid everything out. It ain't nothing to reveal to you. The man done sat you down and said, I don't want to be with you. He done sat you down with the woman.
So you didn't believe his speech? That he
Tasha, I will walk off this show and never come back.
He was scared. He is scared that he's, going to do the wrong thing. He's scared somebody's going to raise his child. He's scared that the girl is going to block him forever and not let him see his child. He's scared that he's going to be happy here. He's scared that he's going to fall in love, and then, he's scared to make the wrong decisions, because if he makes one decision, he's going to lose this thing. And then if he makes this decision, he's going to lose this other thing. And he's just scared about everything. You're not going to take it into consideration like Paige?
I hope you're trolling me right now. I really, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm going to say the N-word, or I'm going to say something because I can't. I've been trying not to use the N-word on this live for 8 weeks now, and I am very close to my limit here. First of all, can we talk about this? Can we talk about this one little small part where we finally broke fourth wall? We finally broke fourth wall. Did anybody else? Am I the only person when she was like, "You ain't gonna be wasting my time," and then walked off and went to the bathroom? Am I the only person who peeped? The producer was like, "Tell him you ain't gonna do this no more." Like even the producer tried to give her good advice.
I wrote no. That's not what happened. She didn't go to the bathroom. She was leaving, and the producer stopped her from leaving and told her to go back there and finish the conversation.
But the producer was trying to tell her, like, girl, tell him you ain't here for
the
this
producer
no more.
just wanted the conversation to keep going so they can get footage for the show. She should have let her leave. Her leaving, she literally got up and said, "F it, I'm done." That's the end of the conversation. I'm done. Why do you want to force me to go back and sit there and talk to him? Y'all are playing. They're playing with her. They're playing with her too.
I don't know.
They're playing with her.
That sister looked serious. She was like, "Tell him you're not gonna take this no more." Like
she already said that. What she gotta go back for? Exactly. Exactly. No. She already told him how she said, "I don't like my time being wasted. Don't waste my time." She gave him that what energy It was time for her to walk off and leave. That was her grand exit. We was all rooting for her. And the producer's like, no, go back and say this other thing so that we can see if he got anything else to say.
I don't think so. You see,
I absolutely did think so.
Look at Reese's comment. That's exactly what I'm saying. She like, yo, you saying that to us. Go over there and say it to him.
Why does she have to say anything else to him? He don't deserve her words. He don't deserve nothing else from her.
I don't think
no more of her energy and no more of her words.
I don't think he deserved her presence, but she gave him that. They texting every day. She got the listen. She told all the girls, yeah, you know, Chris reached out a couple days ago. For what? For what? I don't know. Whatever the Lord says. The Lord says
to me
run.
to me. She said, what's it? Claire said again for what? He wants to meet again.
Wait, first of all, let's talk about this part. Here's why the speech makes no sense whatsoever. Before she walked away, all he had to say was like, first of all, he walked in like, oh, for those, for everybody on here, I'm actually going to put in the chat. I made a Facebook video about Chris today, and I'm gonna put the link to that in the chat so you all can see it. So, he came in smiling, and she was like, "What is you smiling for?" And he was like, "We had a rough week last week." A rough week? You mean when you bought your ex-fiance baby mother to meet with me? For nothing, and then just let us talk.
No. She was talking in the middle of her sentence. He like chuckled, and she said, "What?" Like, and she was saying something about it. He was like, "Oh no, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing because that's how I show emotion." I'm sorry. What?
And then my man came and said, "I don't have any new revelation for you." Like,
he wanted to go up there and have an argument with her that she met with Pastor Dwight. That's what he wanted to talk about.
I heard you had a conversation. Like, what?
He wanted her to tell him everything they talked about. He was being nosy. He told me y'all met. Okay, so why you ask me?
He's like,
yeah, so already knew.
I'm not mad at Paige. I'm more mad at him, and I never need to talk to him again. It's like, what does that have to do with Paige?
And then she said something. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm not mad at you now. I was mad at you last week, but now we good now." You was mad at me last week. I'm sorry.
But all right, so here's the thing. Isn't it enough that after you had the conversation with this ex-fiance who you still in love with, who you having this baby with, who's raising your child, yada yada yada? After we had this conversation, you left with her. You took her hand and went to the Waffle House and got eggs and scrambled. And
then went back to read your Bible.
What are we doing? Here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. Let's just get straight to it. I don't understand. You know what makes me want to throw something at my TV? But the warranty's over, so I can't.
Okay.
It's Paige always has a question. Let me see what he's going to say. I want to see where his head's at. And he walks in. I just want to see where your head is at. What do you mean? The man told you that basically you're not attractive. He used your body so that he can see if he can build an attraction. He had a baby on you on day 3. Jesus didn't even rise from the dead in that amount of time, and this man had a baby. Then now you sad about the baby after you reconfirmed your allegiance to this man. Then packing on the way back to Atlanta. Packing. Now let's look at the timeline. Packing from your honeymoon. Packing. The man looks you in your face and says, "I think I still love her." Then you leave for the airport, get on the plane. He books a ticket to Chicago and leaves you in Atlanta to move in by yourself. The next time you see him, he tells you, "I want a divorce." The next time you see him after that, if they haven't been seeing each other on the side anyway, the next time you see him is when he brings his ex-fiance, who's allegedly pregnant, and that's a completely different allegedly, if you ask me, who's allegedly pregnant, brings her to meet with you, and then gets mad at you because you call him out on his stuff. And then the baby brother says, I don't want you. They walk out together, go to Waffle House, come back, and then he's sitting there smiling. You know why he's smiling? Because he knows he has you wrapped around his finger. And that hurts. It hurts to watch. It really does.
The thing is, he literally asked her, what do you want? Which I thought was a perfect out for her. And she, oh my gosh, I was like, Paige, you want this. This is what you want. You want this emotional abuse. He said, because everything was about, well, if he says this, he put it on her. What do you want? You make the decision. She could have just ended it right then and there.
Another question, here's another question. Haley done met with her friends. Jacob done met with his friends, and he don't even talk to them. Paige done been at his pastor's office more than the church has during quarantine. Ryan done seen his folks. Clara done seen her folks. Whatchamacallit done slept on her boyfriend's couch for the last 2 weeks. She done been out of town for the last 2 weeks. Old pilot boy, Fix-It Felix, he done seen his friends. Where is Paige's friends and family? What is going on?
You have 2 fathers, a brother, 3 best friends, and a black mama, and nobody has told you to come and sit down? Nobody?
I don't need everybody. I need that one sister who took Chris by the side and
the one sister that told her to keep her eyes open, her legs closed.
Eyes open, legs closed. EOLC Conference 2021. I need that one sister who took Chris to the side and said, she is more than her body. Most guys just look at her body, but she's a beautiful soul. Where is she? If we can't get the experts.
They're not even her friends no more. They're like, girl, you know what? You give us all a bad name. We're not friends. I don't understand. The thing is, okay, so if I would have ever told my mother that I'm on my honeymoon and my husband told me that I was ugly, and the next day he told me he was having a baby, my mother, wait, what? I'm about to read in a second because I can't read and talk. My mother would have, I'm grown, but my mother would have taken me off the show. Like, it doesn't matter what I would have wanted to do. My mother would have ended the show for me. You're not doing this no more. Come have a seat. I don't make, she would have made the decision for me. I'm 30 years old. It doesn't matter how old I am. She would have ended it for me.
I done met with your pastor and your 2 Live Crew parents, and I can't. And her nasty Ruben studded R. Kelly daddy, and I haven't met with one person who loves me and knows me and can speak up for me and talk to me. What is this?
I just realized what you said, Christina. Christina and the old people looking at her friends like, "Girl, these are not your friends. Who are these people?"
Speaking of liars, did Michael get engaged, or am I making that up?
I don't know. I don't follow these people. Try to tell you I don't follow these people.
No, I saw something with Michael and Mike. If you don't know who Michael is, just look at this face. Do you remember he just kept making that face every time he lied to Mika? But yeah, I heard he got engaged. But anyway, she's the only person where it just seemed like she is isolated and going through this by herself. Now, mind you, it's in Atlanta. She can be with her friends and family all the time. But why is she on camera more with Chris's folks than her own? Everybody else has met with their family except for her.
Neither one of them meet with their family. Actually, I think Chris's family doesn't even live in Atlanta. I think that's the part of that.
Yeah, but he meet with his pastor, his friend, like at least people he knows.
I mean, those are the only two people that he met with. But she hasn't met with anybody, which is weird because her people live there. What? Yes. Yeah, I have. Yeah, yes, yes, Jamal. I really don't understand that at all. How I don't understand. I don't understand, and it's making it look worse. As if it's really making it look like, well, we on Lifetime. This is like a Lifetime movie where the woman is completely isolated with this emotionally abusive guy, and she has no one to go to, and it's just a vicious cycle. That part, you got two dads and a brother. Two dads and a brother. And nobody done rolled up at the meetings.
You know,
all these meetings.
Let me just say this though. He does come off as the kind of person, allegedly, he does come off as the kind of person who, until she like breaks from him completely, she'll like won't realize that she hasn't, like, he's the kind of person to be like, listen, this is our business. Don't be telling your mom and your dad or stuff. Like it's getting to that like really scary, manipulative territory for me, where he is literally taking her away from these people, and she won't realize till after she gets out of it that like this was really unnatural and really not health, like very, very dangerous.
And if you watch the interview with Dr. Viviana, I guess we can talk about it now a little bit since y'all said it's already out. She was saying, like, statistically, it takes 7 attempts for somebody who's in an emotionally abusive relationship to actually get out of it, or to like even realize like they need to get out, which is unfortunate.
Are we on 7 yet with Paige and Chris?
I think it's around 4 or 5.
Yo, when I tell you my heart,
it's really weird, Raimi,
sank when she said, yeah, I think we need a reset. No.
She said that, right?
No, he said we need a reset.
But he the one that said it? Who said it? I feel like she said it first. Not necessarily the word reset, but
no.
Can we start over?
He said, I think we need a reset. And she said, I agree. Hi, I'm Paige. And he said,
but somebody said something about something started over 7 attempts on average. So yeah, so it could be 20, but 7 on average.
It's just,
she said it. Okay. I felt, yeah, because I felt like she initiated it, and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, so okay, so the women are saying that she said it first. Jamal, you saying that he said it first?
I think
somebody break the tie.
I think he said that we need a reset, and she agreed, and then she said, "Hi, my name is." Here's the thing, and here's the part. I think that hurts for everybody watching the show, and if you're and Tasha and everybody in the chat, let me know if you agree. I think it hurts more. I think it's at the point now where it's hard to enjoy it, because it's getting to the point where you're hurting so bad for this person because all the truth is so obvious. And then you have to ask yourself, like everybody, I'm asking myself the same way. All of y'all are asking yourselves when you're watching, what will it take? What else has to happen? It really does hurt. Like genuinely, like I do feel it.
And it's, you know what's crazy is I asked you that a few episodes ago. I said, what will it take? And you said it would take him having to divorce her. And he said, I want to divorce you, and she still didn't leave.
Yo, this man said, I think it's best we divorce. And she was like, so what you want to do? What you want to do? What else do you... Yo, anybody who having a hard time at work, you better use this. If your boss is like, hey, I think it's best we part ways, you're fired. You're like, wow, I'm fired. So tell me what you're thinking. Like, where are you? What do you want to do next? It's like, what do you mean what do I want to do next? You're fired. It's like, no. But like, tell me.
And the thing is, you want to... So he didn't even... All he told you, I'm scared of this, 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 I'm scared of this. Right? You haven't even told me I'm done with her. You have not given me any resolve to all of your fears in this situation. Just told me what they are, have no resolutions for any of them, but I'm just willing to start over with no answers to any of the questions. What? What?
You don't need a reset. You need an eject. Eject. Run. Go. Run.
Oh, if he had not, I don't think he came back after wanting a divorce. If he had not, I don't think she would chase after him.
Listen, anybody out there?
Saying that, but if he would have called her and said what's up, to just pull up.
Hashtag eject, not reject, not reset. It's like, yo, what else will it take? She's gone. She's legitimately in the sunken place.
Yeah.
Like, get out.
Yeah. The fact that everyone has told America that they gave you the option to leave. And everyone's saying, leave, please. This is not good for you. You should leave. The people who put you together are telling you, we made a mistake. Leave, please. And you, yes. Preached by Tony Gaskins.
Yep.
The people in charge are telling you to get out. And you're like, no.
Let's just see where his head is.
No.
Where is it?
No. What is wrong with you?
You know, it got to be something very, very deep for her to be holding on. And and this is the part that's actually really not funny. If there is a sense of God or spirituality that is making her feel like her long suffering or her persevering through this relationship with some spiritual benefit at the end, it's a level of deception here that is not funny at all. Like, you want to know where his head is at? His head is not thinking you were attractive. The first time he saw you, this man cussed out loud in front of his pastor. Can we talk about that? Literally on site, the first time he saw you, the man said, sugar, honey, iced tea. Off the break. Listen to me right now. If you go on a first date and the man or woman, when you walk in, cusses and stares into the distance like they didn't like what they saw, it's an omen. Run.
Can I tell you something? That's happened to me.
With Ernest? Ernest came in.
I'm trying to be vulnerable here.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. So what has happened? On what side?
Okay, so when I was in college, I was on Facebook, and there was a guy I went to high school with. We didn't know each other in high school, but I guess but we started having conversation, and then one day we were gonna meet, and I went to go pick him up to like take him somewhere or something like that, like do a favor for him. And he got in the car and was like, "Oh, ish." Like, I guess, I don't know if he like realized who I was or like he wasn't attracted. I don't know. But after that, we never spoke again. That was it.
After that day?
After I dropped him off, we never spoke again.
Like, never met up, or you like literally never talked again?
We never talked again.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm absolutely serious. You saying that just reminded me of that.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring that memory up.
Okay.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Let me eat a plantain and shut up.
No, I'm fine. I'm just saying.
I'm so sorry. I'm the worst.
Jamal, I did have pictures on Facebook. I feel like I look like my pictures on social media. But hey,
that guy's a loser.
I don't know. But I don't know. But that was the end of that.
Wait, other people have experienced that too?
Wow. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Wait, all right. So
Reese,
like,
I don't know. No, I don't know. I mean, I was in contact all my pictures up, so I don't know I don't know what he thought.
Can we get a story
anymore?
Remy, can we get I need a brief explanation. I need to know. Because
Jamal, I don't have no answers. I mean, I think maybe he might have like, maybe on Facebook he didn't think he actually knew me, and maybe when he saw me he realized who I was. I don't know. I was a loser in high school also, so maybe I don't know. Maybe that was
why are you saying these things about yourself? What do you mean you were a loser?
I was a loser in well, I'm gonna say loser, but I wasn't.
You just said it. You just said it 4 times.
I wasn't a cool kid in high school at all.
That don't mean you were a loser, though.
I was down there.
All right.
Down there. I've lost him in college.
So, well, first of all, this guy's whack. If he tries to come to the EOLC conference, all the bouncers kick him out. We're not having that at the EOLC. It's a family environment. Was his energy different in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Like different than what it was when y'all was talking?
Mm-hmm.
Screw that guy. How about that? Did he?
I'm completely fine about it. I promise.
Are y'all still Facebook friends?
I don't have Facebook anymore. I don't have Facebook.
Forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh, wow.
Wait, what happened, Raby? What's happening here? What's going on?
I think this is the story of the guy who did the same thing that did to you, did it to her. Wow. Was it Chris? Hey, Raymond, you used to date Chris?
He was blind. Oh, thanks, Reese. I'm like, what are we talking about?
That's a loser, man. Ain't nobody catfishing nobody out here.
Yeah, I'm really not. Y'all see me, I'm on here with no makeup right now because it's late. And I did not feel like putting on nothing. But anywho, sad to see that they're praying over dinner in the next episode. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens next time.
I just don't know.
More stress.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It's gotten to the point where it's not even a TV show when it's their segment. Like everybody else, it feels like, oh, I'm just watching this show. It's like
they're not going through any of the process that they're supposed to be going through. They're supposed to go to brunch with each other's families. Chris never went to the brunch with her family. Then they're supposed to move into the apartment together, go see each other's houses, meet the friends. Like they're not doing nothing that the show's supposed to do. So why are you here? Why are you here?
You remember that feeling that you had when you watched that interview where Whitney Houston was like, crack is what? You're like, oh, man. That's how I'm like, man, I am hurting right now. I want better for you. And, man, it's rough. Ramy, so just so you know, every single episode, and everybody on here can tell you, we try to get stories out of Tasha. This is the first. This is the first complete story she's ever finished.
That's not true.
That's a fact.
The engagement story Tasha, I told you.
Not one person. Can anybody on here say that whole engagement story from beginning to end? All we remember is Taco Bell.
Asia will remember. She's just not on here tonight.
All right. Well, and she was supposed to try Plantains, so whatever.
Asia had planned it before.
She said she didn't.
We're gonna get her next week.
All right. But feel free. We are on here all the time telling our business. You get to learn a little bit.
You don't be telling your business. I be telling my business.
I do tell my business.
Barely.
No, but here's the deal, though. I don't be trying to. First of all, I talk too much. So I be trying. My stories get long-winded. And first of all, you don't be asking. Second of all, I'm going to tell my stories. And you don't. This is what Tasha does if you're new. Raimi, this is great for you to know. This is how Tasha tells a story. So I will be like, we'll be like, man, isn't it crazy how Chris got a flight to Chicago after he was supposed to move in Atlanta? And Tasha will be like, man, I remember that time I moved in with that guy in Italy when we were supposed to be living in New Zealand. And then I'll be like, what? And she'll be like, oh, it's a long story. And I'll be like, wait, can you tell us some of it? And you're like, it involves a private jet. Michael Jackson was there. But needless to say, I'm healed and delivered. And I'm like, what? That's not. And then she'll be like, and God has got the glory out of it, and we broke up. And you're like, that's not a whole story. You left out a lot of details. That's a lot of details.
That is not what I be doing.
No, and then one person who knows you in here, they be like, yeah, girl, I remember that day. You're like, yeah, you know. And then that's how you get out of giving all the details. And then we left trying to put all our pieces together. Like, what the heck does Michael Jackson and Italy and New Zealand got to do with each other? That's how she does. So,
that's really funny.
This is the first time that we've gotten a full story. But listen, man, if you come to the EOLC conference, we promote health and wellness. We want fully delivered and healthy people.
You know what I want to do actually?
What's that?
Is actually have an EOLC conference. And that day, have people who have been chatting with us this whole time to like join StreamYard, and we can ask questions and we can talk and stuff.
Would y'all like that? I would love that.
I would love that. I gotta see y'all's faces and stuff. Jamal, I know what you look like, but Reese and Asia and Raimi for sure now. Danielle, you know what I'm saying? Our West Coast cousin.
That's a fact. We gotta have everybody come on. We gotta have Ernest come on and talk.
I'm gonna have somebody on here, and I'm gonna just tell them to say that their name is Ernest. Watch, I'm gonna have somebody. Y'all gonna see. He's my.
Wait, I've never met Jamal. Is this Ernest burner account?
Jamal is married.
Okay, listen. I don't know. I am just here every week.
Jamal is a young man. You better stop. But Jamal, I gotta email you for sure. For serious. I'm serious.
Definitely not your type.
I got this plane ticket I need to get. It's gonna be virtual. No, Jamal, we're
not dying to meet y'all.
Jamal, we not. I know you a travel guru or something. We're not about to meet up in Bali at your favorite 5-star resort. We're not ready for that yet.
No, we good on that. And statistics show somebody on this call right now got COVID, so I'm good on that.
Not statistics show.
The numbers don't lie. It's one of y'all in here.
But yeah, I got a flight. I got questions about Google Flights, and why does Google Flights, every time you look at a flight, they only show you the base price. They don't let you have the option to do like economy. Anyway, I'll email you.
I actually do all my stuff through Costco Travel.
True.
Small hint for the folks out there. If you have a Costco, I usually get rental
cars.
I
always wondered about that.
Yep. That's actually the only time I've been to the Dominican Republic was 8 days. It was quite cheap. So
How was it?
It was great. I loved it. So here's the thing. I'm from the hood. If y'all don't know me, I'm from the hood in Jersey City.
Sorry.
So it's difficult for me to say like I've been a place if I didn't go to where the people are. I went to the resort. That don't count. I
want to go where the people are.
Yeah. I went to the resort. So it's like I went to the Dominican, but I went to the resort. So I didn't get a chance to like.
You ain't doing no excursions and stuff.
We did ATV, which was fun.
Well, when you drive to those excursions from the resort, you see where the people are.
That's a fact.
Rough.
That's a fact. So just a reminder, we are on every Thursday. We're going back to Thursday next week. Is that right?
That's right.
Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And yeah. Oh, just again, if you're on Facebook, I made a video about Chris today. Just go check it out. I just had some fun.
It was funny. I thought it was a real parody of something that I missed, and I was like, I need to find what the parody, but it was good.
You see how black people who keep the stereotypes going got questions.
Wait, what?
I had it earlier.
Okay, yeah. So you went to the Dominican Republic and no Plantain?
No, I was at the resort.
The resort got Dominican food.
But here's another thing. I don't try new things. I'm not cultured, okay?
Or
I'm sorry.
You didn't have a bachata.
Okay. Touche. I deserve that.
Where were you really? Is the question.
We were at the Dreams La Romana resort. But the food was terrible.
My whole crew, we all left sick actually when I went.
That's a fact. Oh my gosh, Jamal. We had burger and fries every night with a Sprite. That was the only thing that didn't make me sick. Everything else made me terribly sick. It was the worst food I've ever had.
Yeah, by the end of our trip, it was 6 of us. By the end of the trip, everybody had gotten sick, and it was a terrible.
And I had lost like 6 pounds because I wasn't eating that much.
And it's crazy. Multiple people I have asked about going to the Dominican that have been in the Dominican Republic have said that they came home sick, which is really weird.
So, quick story. So we came back from the Dominican Republic and had a layover in New York at LaGuardia, I think. And we ate at, I think, Gordon Ramsay's restaurants in LaGuardia or one of them airports. But we went to the restaurant and we were so ravenous the way we were eating that the waiter came over like halfway through the meal, was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on?" And I was like,
"Come with the facts."
Yeah, thank you.
He knows.
And I was like, "Yo," the waiter literally was like, "Hey, is everything all right?" And we had like a whole meal, and I was like, "Another!" Like I was just like, because we hadn't eaten like food that we really enjoyed. But being around flamingos was great. We have a lot of stuff to talk about on this channel. We have past seasons we're gonna go through, past the worst matches in Mavs history. We have a lot of stuff we're gonna go through. Mm-hmm. But no, I ain't doing that resort no more.
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. It's late over here. I got to work at 7:30 in the morning, which is 7 hours from now. So thank you guys for joining us. Everybody who's usually here on Thursday, thanks for coming on Wednesday. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you, new people, for joining us, and see y'all next week on Thursday at 8 o'clock, our usual time, so that we can be mad at Paige all over again. Have a blessed evening. Bye.
Eject.